In this extract, Rosa and Rob continue their chatting. Rosa had asked if Rob would be prepared to put his life on the line because just knowing about this was dangerous. She thought it had such serious implications for some important people that the truth was very unlikely to come out in her lifetime, if ever. Rob was totally shocked. Does this sort of thing really go on in modern Britain? And were people being killed just to keep this sort of thing under wraps? He could hardly believe it, but needed to know more. Well, if you're willing to listen, I'm willing to tell you things that you won't hear anywhere else, but this is toxic stuff. For instance, on the same theme, you will find what happened in Tuam, County Galway, very distressing. Nearly 800 babies discarded into a septic tank, a mass grave, at a state-backed Catholic institution that was a secret home for unmarried mothers between 1920 and 1961. 35,000 altogether treated this way across the whole of Ireland. The same people who don't believe in contraception and rant about abortions being a sin. A worse sin than what they got up to. I bet you cannot and do not want to believe all this, do you, Rob? As Rosa explained, it's like reaching a cliff top. Up to that point, whatever tale is told, if it seems incredible, people are inclined to dismiss it as fantasy. We all like to stay within our safe boundaries. Being blinkered is the most comfortable and less complicated. Once one has seen and believed the impossible, however, it is like the veil being lifted and the shutters open to the real world. Then anything can be credible. Like flying off a cliff top and seeing the world as it is as a whole and in perspective. But people are scared and think they will plummet to the bottom of the cliff. A risk they would rather not take, much safer to dismiss the so-called conspiracy theorists. So tell people that the state kills in order to further the cause of the few in control, and you are dismissed as a nutter, as they leave to go to the cinema to see the latest fantasy James Bond film. Tell people the government has a secret plan to abolish the welfare state and our NHS, and you will not be believed. Show the evidence that the Prime Minister lied to the country over the miners' strike and controlled the police and media at Orgreave, and you are looked upon as deluded. Thatcher used 60,000 police at the coking works in South Yorkshire. There was miners' blood everywhere, but 95 of them were arrested for riot and unlawful assembly. All were acquitted, though. Despite perjury, false statements and cover-ups by the police, there will never be an inquiry. It's time for the public to wake up and get real, she said.